we go. This is when it started. This first version of the theme song, it is catchy, but it sounds like there's no real beat. Plus, it's nowhere near as catchy as the version from Season 2 or Season 3.
But the brutal Decepticons were driven by a single goal: total domination. They set out to destroy the peace-loving Autobots.
Yeah, I don't know why. Decepticons, deception.
Devastating all in its path. The Autobots, on the verge of extinction, battled valiantly to survive.
On the verge of extinction, huh? Yeah, care to explain all of those random Autobots that appear in Season 2 onwards? Was it the Allspark that did that, or was it the sudden power of marketing?
Prime told me there'd be days like this. And you didn't believe him? I do now.
Bumblebee's acting like it's his first day in the war or something. They used the sonic screwdriver sound effect. Yes, Skywarp, let's just shoot around the Autobot enemy and not actually at the Autobot enemy.
We better report back to Megatron.
There's that sweet transition jingle. Never gets old.
Destination, Operation, Assimilation.
You know what else doesn't get old? Soundwave's voice.
Laserbeak, Autobot alert.
I really want to do that voice myself.
Any luck, Jazz? Negative. The north side of Cybertron's blacker than the inside of a drive shaft.
Even on alien planets there are black rapping people.
Nobody.
None of the Autobots notices the Decepticon ship. It looks like it was quite close to their ship.
Let's just blow them away. They've seen us. No. I want to know what they're after. Prepare the captain in.
The way he said that, it sounds like they're searching for a different source of energy than the Decepticons are.
Laser. Nothing. They're coming aboard. Prepare for battle.
Well, that's a mistake if I ever saw one. I'm sorry, isn't Teletran 1 part of the Autobots ship? So, why is Teletran 1 immediately repairing the Decepticons? I mean, why? Why would Teletran 1 repair the Decepticons and not the Autobots?
Much time has passed.
I don't know why, I just assume time has passed.
But our mission has not changed. How do we know Cybertron still exists? It must exist. And if this
Yeah, I don't have a reason as to why I think Cybertron still exists, I just know it exists. You know, I could contact Shockwave right now, if he's still functional, make sure Cybertron's still alive, if there's energy there or anything. Now the Autobot computer system starts repairing Autobots.
Thanks. Hound? Right here, Prime. Scout the area. See if you can locate the Decepticons. Just turn me loose, Prime. I'll sniff them out.
Kind of a weird name for an Autobot, isn't it? Hound.
His turbocharger. Easy, Cliff Jumper. Just find
Cliff Jumper.
We'll deal with them later.
What, does that mean he's daring or something? He could just jump off a cliff without not caring what's underneath it?
Someday you'll never be our leader. I will find a way. Everyone has a weakness. Yeah? Well, not Megatron. We shall see. Now!
Yeah, just wait about 2 years. Or, in this continuity-wise, 22 years.
How ironic! By leading us to this planet, the Autobots have sealed their own doom. Cliff Jumper.
Did the Autobots ever say that the planet that they're searching for is Earth?
In my
I mean, what if they were searching for another planet for their new source of energy? What if they accidentally landed on Earth? What if they weren't going to Earth, but another planet for a source of energy?
What is that thing up there? I don't know.
You've been in this war for how long and you can't tell that's Laserbeak?
It can't follow Bubba.
To be granted, he looks different than how he looked earlier.
Accelerator down.
In fact, Laserbeak happens to be the only Transformer in the beginning that has a completely different design. Because in later Transformer series, when we start the series on Cybertron, every Transformer has a different Cybertronian kind of look than how they look when they were on Earth. But not this series. Oh yeah. This character. It was only seen in this three-parter and nowhere else in the series. You could argue that that's Grapple there, but no, he has a different name. Apparently he's Hauler, aka just one of the toys just put in the cartoon.
What's that?
No, it's just the Roadrunner. It's not really any of your business.
Okay, Reflector. Let's see what you can see.
Doesn't Thundercracker have some kind of vision sensors in him? He could zoom in to find out what it is. Does he really need a reflector?
Tailbreaker! Wheeljack! Ironhide, Mirage, Sunstreaker! Sideswipe!
All available at Toys R Us, kids. Get them while they're hot.
Ready, Prime? Let's roll.
If you want to see a series of these guys, go buy our toys. It's the sales that counts. Is it me, or do I find it a bit weird that all the Autobots have forms that are just road vehicles? Like, no airplane vehicles, or anything. Just road vehicles.
What is it? What are they? Everybody, come on! Come on!
Yeah, man's best weapon for dealing with giant alien robots. Throwing stuff at them.
Stop! Let go of my dad!
Just punched a giant robot, huh? Ow.
We did it, Megatron!
Okay, that can somehow turn oil into pure energy just by squashing it. Maybe it's the energy cube field around it that's doing it.
This planet's dry. It's the Autobots!
Now that explains why there's no Autobot plane forms, they can already fly. Well then, what's the point of the Decepticons having plane modes if they too can already fly on their own? Hands up if you think this is still better than the Bay movies. Although why do I have this feeling of having this urge to watch The Last Night when it comes out?
Here's something to keep you warm.
The 1980s, a time where none of us really cringed when there were a million puns on screen.
Grab onto me. Keep your heads above water.
In the next episode of the Transformers, the evil Decepticons create a tremendous enemy, Optimus Prime.
Oh, spoilers, March. I mean, you just ended the episode on a cliffhanger.
Crystals of Burma.
What's the point on putting in a cliffhanger if you're gonna put in a next time on the Transformers thing? I mean, I know other shows do that, like Doctor Who. But I don't see why they do that. Isn't that kind of spoiling what's going to be the result of that cliffhanger? Like, say, in Doctor Who, for example, when The Empty Child, where the Doctor, Rose, and Captain Jack are surrounded by gas-marked zombies and they're about to come into them. They then put in a next time on Doctor Who thing, which reveals that somehow the Doctor, Rose, and Captain Jack escaped, unharmed. Yeah, it kind of spoils it. Why not just put in a to be continued and then just show the credits?
My arm! It's jammed in here! I can't get it out! I'll get you loose! Don't panic!
Yeah, that's a way to start off the second episode. Not to lead us exactly on where the cliffhanger ended off, but with Optimus Prime trying to save Spike and Sparkplug, but rather whatever Huffer and Brawn are doing. And then cuts Optimus.
Trailbreaker! Here, Prime! Activate your force shield and take a shot at that fire!
Don't you mean force field? Maybe it was a typo, maybe it's the way people in the 80s said it, but... No, I'm just used to people saying force field. Come on, do one of these Autobots have a toaster in them? I mean, Trailbreaker has a force field thing, Wheeljack has a nitrogen thing, Jazz has a grappling hook. Do one of them have a toaster or a blender?
Autobots are a highly advanced form of robot. I don't really know if they're from the past or the future, but they can think.
Well, if Optimus were to
have
tell you
real
that they came
feelings.
here 4 million years ago,
I
then
can't
maybe
believe
that will
this
give you
is
some kind of
happening.
idea. Isn't it lucky that when Transformers like Soundwave transform, they shrink into the normal size of a cassette tape player? I mean, they don't transform into a giant cassette player. They just
Tell me more about
shrink to the
Cybertron.
normal size of a cassette player.
For one thing, why do you transform?
So why isn't
into cars and
Soundwave
things?
about the same size as Frenzy or Rumble or something?
Besides, Spike here wants to know how we transform, Hound.
Easy, like this.
Wait, it's not like Spike can transform into something like you can.
Hey, where'd Mirage go?
Over here!
Disappearing. It's the best disguise of all.
Hop in, Spike.
It's surprising that no other Autobots have an invisibility
Hang
technique.
on.
You know, for the sake of winning the war or something. It has to be just Mirage that has this.
Enter Teltran 1, acquire knowledge of Earth resources.
Yeah, because Teletran 1 already has all this knowledge about the Earth. They've only been here
Sure is
for,
pretty out here,
what,
Spike.
a day?
Earth must
Tell me about Cybertron.
Before the war with the Decepticons, it was quiet and peaceful.
You miss it?
Sometimes. All
I
the
hope you
time.
remember that, kids, because we're not going to expand upon it until Season 2.
Ravage.
Isn't it lucky that the alarm is human level? Like, Spike can reach it?
A Decepticon.
And also for the fact that Spike happens to know where the alarm switch was? And isn't it surprising that they weren't any Autobot guards guarding this ship? I mean, there are dozens of Autobots in this pilot alone. Why isn't it at least 2 of them guarding the ship?
Gears, activate your infrared.
And Gears right there. He just transformed into a red car and he immediately turns blue.
Fire the net.
God, the animation mistakes in this show are painful.
Sherman Dam is
Operation Tidal Wave.
Hey, isn't it lucky that the Transformers are in no way affected by water? I mean, as far as I know, there's no water on Cybertron. There's only Energon. So, wouldn't they be concerned about an unknown alien substance that Rumble just swam into?
Hey, Ed, look at this
I mean,
game.
what if Rumble
It's going
rusted
crazy.
afterwards?
Something must...
There's some sort of trouble at Sherman Dam. Yeah, a tidal wave. The power output
Was that
10
like a
times normal.
Cybertronian literature or something?
Decepticons, all right. I'll tell Prime.
Yeah, random scribbles equals alien language. Shoot the ceiling for some reason, why not?
We gotta get out of here. She's gonna blow.
Should I be dared to say a "that's what she said" joke? No, not really.
I tell you, it's gonna blow. This whole
Yeah, we
place is
heard
gonna
you
go
the first
sky-high.
time. Do you think the kids are gonna forget about that during the commercial break?
Starscream, activate the null ray. Soundwave, prepare the energon cubes.
Yeah, repeat dialogue from the first part, why don't we?
You think the Decepticons did this?
No, Prowl, it was aliens from Mars. Of course it was the Decepticons. Yeah, of course this sort of thing is possible. I mean, this is the 1980s. We can have cartoons about little colorful bears that shoot rainbows from their tummies. You can have turtles, mutated turtles that become ninjas. You could have an inspector with loads of gadgets inside of him. You can think of anything.
Stick it in neutral, Megatron. You're not going anywhere.
I saw Optimus with the Decepticon symbol there for a minute. I swear to God, these animation mistakes. I mean, I know it's the 1980s, it's Hasbro, they didn't have the biggest budget in the world, but even other cartoons like G.I. Joe or Ninja Turtles didn't have as many mistakes as this. Jesus.
So long, Autobots. Here's one Starscream's been saving for you.
There weren't even any Autobots there. What the hell was Starscream just doing?
You're old, Megatron. Yesterday's model, ready for the scrap heap.
We'll see who's ready for the scrap heap.
Junk. That's what you are. Junk.
Can you stop making insults and just fight already? Jesus Christ. The series might have been over by now. Yeah, sure, keep swinging that mace of yours. Just be careful it doesn't hit any of those energon cubes.
We should repair our ship and go back to Cybertron and forget about the Decepticons.
We can't do that, Mirage.
Why the hell would you
If
even
Megatron
think of that
succeeds
idea?
here, He'll be impossible to beat on Cybertron.
But we're not fighters like they are, Prime.
We
What
must
do you
have
mean? You
courage,
don't
Uncle.
fight the same
We
way as
can't
the
ignore the
Decepticons,
danger.
or
We must
you don't
conquer it.
fight at all? Some of these line deliveries are very questionable to me. And here goes an entire series of episodes in the span of 10 seconds.
I proved it.
You only proved your defective mentality. Now we need 2 strikes before we'll have enough energy to return to Cybertron.
What's the difference? There's plenty here for us.
The difference is time, you fool. You've set
They can make a whole soap opera out of these two.
Rocket fuel is another highly concentrated form of energy.
Wait.
Despite your stupidity, Starscream,
Soundwave has an alternative backup for energy that they need?
First we
I'm surprised they haven't gotten this rocket fuel already.
to the crystal mines.
Look at all those Starscream clones.
It's Sunstreaker and Sideswipe.
Still selling the toys.
Unbelievable. Enough here to power the entire planet of Cybertron.
Exactly. I would build
Wait, if the Burma crystals have, as Soundwave says, enough power to control Cybertron, then couldn't they have gone with the Burma crystals first?
There they are.
Screw all the other stuff, they might just need the Burma crystals.
We know they're in there, but we don't know where.
I'll go. I've worked these mines. I know my way around. And since I'm
You know the
smallest,
mines?
I have the
You
best
work
chance of
there?
getting through. I'll stick
I thought you
that
said a few
bomb
minutes
right
ago
into
that you
the
work at the oil
Hop
rigs.
in, spark plug.
Well, was this a part-time
Once you
job
set
in your
this
youth or
timer
something?
here, we'll come with you.
Stay there. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, come get me.
You don't think of the possibility that Bumblebee and Sparkplug might have set the mine off already? Aren't you risking yourself getting caught in the explosion?
It's up to you, Roller. Find out what's going on in there. And be careful.
Oh yeah, Roller, another character that only appears in the pilot just to sell the toys and never appears in the series again. Screw Roller, what about your human compadre?
And Optimus Prime risks his very existence as the Decepticons
Risking his
rocket
very
back to Cybertron
existence?
with enough energy to rule the
Well, I wouldn't
universe.
really say
All
that.
the
I
third
mean,
and
just
final part of
risking
the
his
transform.
life, more likely. If he was risking his own existence, he'd be traveling through time or something, creating endless paradoxes. And in the next time portions of these episodes, they gave away what happens in the next cliffhanger. I mean, what happens at the very end of the episode. I mean, in the first next time thing, they showed Optimus Prime tumbling down the cliff, which happens at the end of the second episode. Spoilers much?
In search of precious energy, the Autobots venture forth into outer space. But the evil Decepticons attack
This
them
week,
4 million
half of
years
this
later.
recap
The
is
Autobots and
exactly the
Decepticons
same
are
as the first
reconnected.
recap.
The Autobots track the Decepticons to the crystal mines of Burma, but their dangerous mission backfires.
Yeah,
as
nothing
we begin
about
the
finding
final
humans,
episode of
rescuing
The
them, or
Transformers.
otherwise Decepticons gathered energy, just the Burma mines.
Brian, you all right?
Looks bad, Jazz.
Roger. See what repairs are needed.
Let's get him up on his
Yeah,
wheels.
he survived
Left.
a ship crash into a mountain. I'm sure he survived this.
Roller. What happened to him?
Screw Roller, what about Bumblebee and Sparkplug?
Down but not out. Roller's one tough little Autobot.
Prime, can you transform?
He's one tough Autobot, and yet we never see him
try.
again after this.
That was some blast you took.
The blast. Bumblebee and Sparkplug.
Oh, now you remember them.
How will we ever find them under all that rock?
Only one way. Stand back. Start digging.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this won't give the Decepticons easier means to escape.
With the Decepticons buried under all that rock, we can resume our search for the resources we need.
And we can return to Cybertron?
Very soon, Mirage. Very soon.
Well, series over. Roll credits. Duh, of course, it's not over yet. We still got 20 minutes of this part left. An Autobot symbol on Soundwave there. Good lord. What were these animators smoking when they made this?
There is... Ow! Stop him! Ironhide! Come back!
I'll get him!
Blue Streak! No!
I find it surprising that all these Transformers can fly, and yet some of them transform into planes.
Make it our fight!
I mean, do they normally have a choice on whether Skywalker here can transform into a plane or to just fly like Megatron?
It's like fight the shadow!
Awkward pauses in between shots. Or does Skywalker need to recharge a few seconds until he needs to fire another torpedo?
Throw me a line!
You got
Jazz seems the most useful out of all the Autobots right now. Well, this is like the 4th time he used that grapple hook.
Just remember, there's a thin line between being a hero and being a memory.
Maybe Ironhide's ready for a nice cushy office job.
Yeah, they can fit an entire Autobot into Ratchet's ambulance form.
Don't think he likes being a prisoner.
Can't say I blame him. You know, I'm surprised the Decepticons haven't tried to rescue him.
I'm not. They don't care about anyone. Not even their own. Hey, Rabbit!
But if they're trying to search for all the energy on planet Earth, then wouldn't Megatron think they would need all the Decepticons they need to gather as much energy as possible? More the merrier is what I'm saying.
I just saw Prime. He told me Teletran 1's located a secret supply of rocket fuel.
Where?
Not too far from here, about 140 kilometers due west.
Then maybe we can
Yeah, sure, explain your plan, Mirage. And also, right next to Ravage. I mean, it's not like Ravage is recording all of this or anything.
Don't worry about him. He's not going anywhere.
That was a shit move. Wait, Ravage has a hook? Surprised she didn't use that already. You had one job, Hound. One single job.
The rocket base is 140 kilometers due west of the Autobot camp.
Excellent, Ravage! Excellent!
Okay, apparently Ravage has a voice.
Right on schedule, aren't we?
No thanks to you, Starscream.
I've made my contribution.
Yeah, you sure made your contribution alright. As seen in the previous episode, you were seen wasting energon cubes, when you really shouldn't have. Great contribution, Starscream.
You've also made clear your desire to replace me as leader of the Decepticons.
Did Megatron say being a BS leader of the Decepticons?
Change, Megatron.
Well,
Action,
never heard that in an 80s cartoon.
You failed to dispose of me when you had the chance, Starscream. Mistake number 2. Now it's
Why is Starscream still part of Megatron's army? I mean, Starscream is clearly a traitor, trying to overthrow him as leader and all, so why is Megatron still accepting him into his army?
Megatron! Megatron! We attack the rocket base.
Okay, enough of that conflict, let's just focus more on the rocket base. We'll focus on Starscream later if we have to.
What in the universe is going on here?
Springs! Junk!
We've been had.
How is that even possible? Did the Decepticons build, clones of them? Physical clones of them? I mean, it's that easy to create a clone of yourself? You're nearly pretty much creating life at this point. Does that explain where all those Autobots from Season 2 onwards come in? They build them?
The Decepticons have won!
The race isn't over yet, Megatron.
Oh, it's over, Prime. You just don't know it.
Well, wait. So, the Autobots captured Ravage, yeah. Hound has this idea to trick the Decepticons with a hologram of a rocket base. Hound tells his idea to Mirage, while also in front of Ravage, who's pretty much hearing all of this. Hound drops the key to Ravage's cage. Ravage managed to escape and say the whole thing of what he heard to Megatron. After Ravage has escaped, Optimus says, and I quote, "Perfect." And they set off the whole holographic rocket base thing, but while that's happening, they send these Decepticon clones to fight the Autobots, while the real Decepticons go to the real rocket base? So, were the Autobots just acting a bit when they were trying to let Ravage escape? Did the Decepticons know about the real location from Ravage? When Hound was telling his plan to Mirage earlier, was he saying the wrong coordinates to the rocket base or the real coordinates to the rocket base? Was he tricking Ravage into expositing the wrong coordinates to him and Mirage? It's not really made clear. It's not really made clear if they're using bullets to take care of the Decepticons there, or judging by the effects, they're using lasers.
Excellent! Excellent! Prepare the energon cubes!
Oh, and Starscream, prepare the Norway. I forgot to say that. I thought I just had to say it a third time.
So close, Soundwave! Space cruiser, ready for boarding. So very, very close to conquest.
Filler dialogue to fill in the runtime, apparently.
We are under siege! Decepticons, transform!
Or rather, you transform. I mean, you want the Decepticons to transform into their plane forms and fly off? You're the only one that can transform into something useful at the moment. Okay, it's that easy to just knock off Starscream's Norway.
Give me your rocket pack.
My rocket pack?
Now!
Yeah, right.
This is crazy, Prime. You'll never catch it.
Is there really any point of Optimus using Sideswipe's jetpack there? I mean, can't the Autobots fly on their own? I don't know, maybe it's to catch up with the ship or something.
I've waited for this moment a long time, Megatron, and my time is now.
Wouldn't this have been even more of a twist if the Autobots didn't ask where Mirage was? I mean, what if they never mentioned him after Optimus crashed, and that would have been way more of a surprising twist of events.
Mirage! You did it! You stopped the Decepticons!
Well, it's a lucky thing Mirage had a parachute there with him. Guess he must have thought the entire thing through.
Can I go back to Cybertron with you?
Maybe you better ask your father.
Can I, Dad?
Only if I can go with you. All right,
Well, let's just hope Cybertron has a breathable atmosphere for humans. For all we know, it might not have an atmosphere.
Because the Autobots stopped the Decepticons.
There was a transition from the Autobot symbol to the Decepticon symbol, and yet Spike is giving exposition about what the Autobots are doing.
Cybertron. It's probably the first time. Well, that's it from Earth. Next stop, Cybertron.
Ready, Spike? It's almost time to blast off.
I'll be right there, Prime. One more thing. I sure am glad we don't
Wait.
have to worry about Megatron.
The end of this episode is implying that the Autobots are leaving Earth with Spike and Sparkplug, and they're getting ready to go to Cybertron. And yet, in the 4th episode onwards, the Autobots are still on Earth. What the hell are they still doing on Earth? Well, judging by that cliffhanger there, maybe they find out the Decepticons are still alive and need to deal with them.
Sorry, guys, but it kind of looked like a Decepticon.
Decepticon? Ha! We sent those oversized tin cans to the bottom of the sea months ago. Yeah.
God, if you thought the animation from the first 3 episodes, aka the pilot, was bad enough, then... boy, just wait until you see the rest of Season 1. There's a massive frame rate drop in this. Maybe these episodes were made a few months after they released the pilot or something. Oh yeah, Shockwave! Shockwave, wonder what the holy hell he's been doing the past 4 million years. Oh, and Cybertron is just now losing power? Or at least Shockwave's at least losing power? Well, it's been 4 million years.
Must try to communicate with Megatron. It's our only hope.
What, it's taken you until now to reach Megatron? Again, 4 million years since they crashed, and you're now trying to communicate with Megatron? Maybe he tried contacting Megatron before, and it didn't reach because they were all offline. Some kind of explanation about what Shockwave was doing would be nice.
Report status. Our supply of energon cubes is dangerously low.
Oh, the supply of energon cubes of Cybertron is now dangerously low? What, did you have a 4 million year long backup supply of energon cubes while the others were away? Wasn't the whole reason that they left Cybertron is to search for new energy to keep Cybertron alive?
Bumblebee reporting for duty. You're late again.
Autobots?
For some reason.
Autobots, run for cover! Stand your ground, Decepticons!
The Decepticons don't think to just attack the Autobots, they just run away like French cowards.
Prime is target, Soundwave! Fire!
Optimus! Ratchet, prowl!
Didn't you learn anything from the last episode, Ironhide?
We have what we came for.
Thin line between being a hero and being a memory? I mean, you did it for loyalty and all, but still.
Take Ironhide. He's hurt.
But Megatron's getting away!
Ironhide's been hit bad. We've got to get him back to headquarters fast.
Yeah, why doesn't Ratchet just take Ironhide and the rest of them go after the Decepticons? They just need to repair Ironhide, that's all. No one else.
We're getting nowhere fast. How are we gonna spy on the Decepticons if we can't even find them?
Let's drive down into that riverbed.
Don't you have a radar or something, Bumblebee? Don't you have a radar to locate Decepticon energy readings?